Hi YouTube friends and family, happy Saturday to each and every one of you. I hope you had a wonderful, productive day today. Today I'm going to be sharing a recipe and I know you already know what this is for Gulab Jamun. It is my first time making it. I've been buying it from Indian restaurant or Indian stores and my family and I always enjoy a few of them and always wonder about the distinctive flavor that they have. Today I tried it out for myself and it was so easy to make. Or if you like eating this sweet treat and you always want to know how to make it, please stick around with me and let me show you step by step how to make this Gulab Jamun. It is very easy and simple and you will enjoy it. This is a very popular sweet in India, in Pakistan, Bangladesh. It is very delicious and have a unique flavor. So let's get on to making our Gulab Jamun. So to start with the Gulab Jamun, we're gonna make the syrup first, and here I have some simple ingredients that everyone will have in their kitchen. I have here some white sugar. You can use only one sugar, but today I'm gonna use a little bit of brown sugar with the white sugar because it's gonna create a nice color for the syrup. I have here some cardamom pods. This is the green cardamom. Some lemon. We need some lemon juice for the syrup. We're gonna make it nice and flavorful. And I have some water here. So before we head on to the stove, I like to crush my cardamom. I'm gonna use this measuring cup and just press it down a little. And when you hear that popping sound, you know that the cardamom is crushed and it will release all its natural flavor and infuse in that syrup and make it very delicious. So I went ahead and I warm up the water on the stove, and I'm using a wide pan to make my syrup because this is where I'm gonna put the Gulab Jamun after I finish frying them. I'm gonna go in with my sugar, and I'll leave all the measurements and ingredients that I'm using today in the description box below. And I'm adding the brown sugar like I mentioned to add that beautiful color of the syrup, and I'm going in with my crushed green cardamom, seeds and everything because it has so much flavor. And we're gonna mix this in. We don't want it to boil, but we want the sugar to melt and for it to cook a little bit to form a nice stickiness, but not to make it too much of a hard or a stiff consistency. We just want to have a nice sticky kind of syrup. So once the sugar is melted, we're gonna add our lemon juice, and we're just going in with about 2 teaspoons. So I can see that the sugar is melting. We will come back when the syrup is ready. About 5 to 8 minutes, the syrup is ready. We don't want it to be thick. And you can taste it at this point if it have the right flavor for you, or if you have to add a little bit more sugar, but mine is fine. I'm gonna turn the stove off and set this aside, and let's start putting our dough for the Gulab Jamun together. So here are my ingredients for the dough, and I have here some milk to knead the dough. I have some baking powder, some cardamom powder, some melted butter, and some liquid ghee. So I'm using both ghee and butter. You can use ghee only or butter only, but I just like the combination of the two. I have some flour that we're gonna add to the powdered milk or milk powder to hold everything and bind it together. So here I have my milk powder. So let's go in with the baking powder. And the baking powder is gonna do a very important part and help our little balls to really fluff up nicely. We're gonna add our cardamom powder. We're gonna go in with our flour. And then we just wanna mix all this together. So So imagine the flavor of this. It's really gonna be delicious because the flavor of the powder milk, when you open your Gulab Jamun, it will be so delicious. So now we're gonna start kneading this to a dough, and I'm gonna go in with my hands and really mix all that ingredients together. I can smell the cardamom powder, really nice and fragrant in my kitchen. We're gonna go in with our melted butter and ghee. And then we're gonna mix again. And that ghee will give it a nice, beautiful color on the inside, and it helps to keep it really moist when it's finished. And I'm using Dadi Gee today for my recipe. So I'm gonna really work in the melted ghee and butter. And then we will go in with little bit milk at a time because we don't want to put too much liquid. So I'm gonna go in here. And you want to have a nice sticky and firm kind of dough. As when you're done kneading the dough, you will still be able to roll them off to little tiny balls. So at this point here, we still have some moisture in the dough, so I'm gonna keep going. So now we're gonna roll off our dough to fry them, and I'm oiling my hands, they don't stick to me. And be mindful of the dough when you're kneading it. It tends to dry out because the powder milk will suck up all the liquid, and you can run into some dry dough. But keep some milk beside you so you can keep adding it to the dough and you can avoid that dryness. So I'm gonna go in and really compress them like this, and then I'm gonna roll them. Make sure that they're not crumbling. If they crumble in your hand, then they're gonna crumble when they're frying, and you don't want to run into that. And I'm gonna make them shape about this big. So you wanna make sure that all your ball is the same size so they'll cook evenly. You wanna make sure that it's cooked from inside and out. I just finished rolling out the ball. I'm gonna put on my oil and we're gonna start frying them. So when frying your Gulab Jamun, you don't want the oil to be extremely hot. You want it to have a nice temperature and let it slowly cook, because the inside have to cook and develop a nice, beautiful texture. So we're gonna go in with one. And I can see it's bubbling, so it's hot, and I'm gonna add some more. And we're gonna make sure that we don't crowd it too much. Because we want them to cook properly. So I'm gonna go in with 5 at a time, and then we will come back. So this is my batch number 2, and you have to keep turning them constantly so they're not browning up on one side only. Hubby's helping me to fry them. And you have to keep your stove on medium to low heat. I'm gonna show you the first batch that we finished. So here is our first batch. I just put them on a piece of paper towel to get out all the excess oil. And once I'm finished with all of it, we're gonna add it to our syrup. So remember, when you're making this, after frying them, they'll expand and they become larger. So I made very small ones. After they fry, they really puff up nicely. So look at the difference from the unfried to fried. So we just finished frying all of them, and this is the excited part. The nice syrup that we prepared earlier, it is cold now, it's not on heat. We're gonna go in and add our Gulab Jamun to the syrup, and we're gonna make sure that we turn them around and let them soak up all this beautiful liquid here. We're gonna leave it to soak for about an hour and a half to 2 before we serve them, so they can really infuse that liquid and the beautiful aroma of the cardamom.
And this is your first try too, right?
And this is my first time making Gulab Jamun, and I'm very happy with the result. I didn't even do a tryout or anything like that. So here is the beautiful Gulab Jamun, nicely done, and I have some extra liquid here that I'm gonna pour on top, and that give it that nice glossy kind of look. So beautiful. It smells amazing here, and I'm gonna add some of the liquid to these ones in front because this is what we're gonna do our taste test with. So look how beautiful, guys. Give this a try. It is so simple and so easy, and you will feel very happy with yourself for the result after you finish doing this. Look at that. So the brown sugar that I added to the syrup, it really gives a nice color. Look at that. And we're gonna dig into one of these and see how they look from the inside. Amazing. So here it is. One is enough. It's so delicious and so flavorful that you don't need more than one, and they're good size. So after dinner, I have them in a little bit of syrup. I'm gonna cut into one. Wow, it have that nice texture that it's supposed to have. Look at that. And we soak ours for about 1.5, almost 2 hours. You can see all over is well soaked. You have that nice airy inside, beautiful. So I'm gonna go in for one. Natalie, take one and bite it and let me know what you think. So if you want to know when it's perfectly done, you just cut it in half, or when you bite into it, it must drip like that. Look, you can see, Matthew?
Yeah.
You can see that it's dripping. Look, you want to make sure that the syrup is full in there. I just squeeze it out all. Look here, look at this one. See? Really soak up all that juice, and I'm gonna go in for mine. How is yours, Natalie? Jessie, go and grab one for you and taste it and let me know what it tastes like. So this is our first time making it, and I'm very happy with the turnout.
It looks kind of like sponge cake in the inside.
The inside is very like that texture, that sponge cake texture. Yes, you're right. How is it, Natalie?
It tastes really good.
Into yours and let us know.
Okay. Oh my god, it's really good. It is exactly like the one that we always buy.
At the restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Matthew, you want to go in or let me go in?
You can go in.
Look at that. They have that beautiful powder milk flavor. It suck up all that delicious liquid. You can taste the cardamom in there. Oh my goodness. Such a beautiful finish. So I hope you guys like this video. Please give us a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, we hope you'll consider subscribing. Until then, we want to say stay blessed, stay safe. Bye for now. Hope you'll make your own Gulab Jamun soon and send us a picture.